Hey, good morning, everyone. It is a real privilege to be here. We are a very young company. I don't come from a background of tissue engineering, but I can probably explain to you very quickly why I think we're doing something new here and where we're going to go. So our tagline is that we're building life with light, and that's because we've developed a new way to laser print with extracellular matrix, and I'll be presenting that here today. So I'll give you an overview of our history a little bit, a bit of our background and the technological insight we've had and why what we're doing is so novel. The current status of our technology, we've been in the lab for 10 months, so we're real babies here. And then the next step, where we're going from there. All right, and of course where our name comes from, everyone asks, we're printing trellises for cells to live on. Okay. So I co-founded this company in October 2016 with Dr. Noelle Mullen, who's also here today. I have a background in immunoimaging of the immune system. And so we were using something called a multiphoton laser to track cells in real time. And when I started this research, no one had ever looked at immune cells moving through tissues before. So we threw every part of an animal we could think of under the microscope and asked the question, what are the immune cells doing? How are they responding? How are they interacting with the local tissues? And so I got a really good handle on what everything from liver extracellular matrix looks like to lung to lymph node, etc. And Noelle comes from the tissue engineering stem cell biology background. She has a strong background in triple-negative breast cancer stem cells and has been bringing that expertise to our team on a daily basis. So we founded in October 2016. I had the idea, wrote it down in a notebook, free from any other IP, which was great because we were able to file our IP free and clear March of last year and get pre-seed funding shortly after that. And our first lab space we moved into in the middle of May. In June 2017, we got full seed funding, which was great. We're actually able to hire people, buy all the fancy parts and equipment for our printer that we wanted, and move forward. So we're up to 7 full-time employees now. We're on generation 3 of our system. We're very proud of it. And you know, when you take a leap of faith like that, it works. So that was really, really great. And then along there, we had another co-founder added. Noelle brought in co-founder 0.5. This is Eliza, so we can congratulate her on that. It happened the same time as our seed funding, so that was good. All right, so I'm going to lay out the 4 tenets that I think are really important for building and engineering tissue. Again, I don't come from a tissue engineering background, so I wasn't beholden to extrusion printing or anything like this, but when I sat down and thought about it, these are the 4 things that are required. So speed. We have to be fast enough to build a functional tissue in a way where cells won't die, right? You know, we can't wait years for a kidney to be printed. Resolution. I think single cell placement and single cell resolution is really, really critical for building a functional tissue. Vasculature included. Complexity. We want to match the structural complexity of an organ in order for it to function properly. And biocompatibility. I'm not a big fan of the cell reseeding, and I'd love to have discussions about that with everyone who's here who's working on that. I hope you can change my mind, maybe not. But I would love to find a bioprinting process that is totally non-toxic to the cells. So if you combine these 4, we will be able to print functional tissues in a way that's really meaningful. Okay, so that's where our kind of company philosophy is rooted. Okay, so this is an image of cells moving through a tissue. So this is where my background comes. I spent 15 years doing this. What you're looking at here are T cells in green, some antigen-presenting cells in red, and the blue strands, if you can see them, are the collagen matrix. And those strands of collagen are around 1 micron in diameter. So the technological insight we had was I used to use this to image, and I realized that I could reverse engineer it to start printing. And the printing that you often see is either in 2D or 1D, and I decided that was way too slow. So I started doing a lot of research, and I borrowed some techniques from a field called optogenetics, where we can holographically project this laser and print in entire 3D blocks all at once, which speeds up the printing process tremendously, and we don't lose very much resolution. So that's where our IP sits. And just so you can see there, let me go back. That's, I don't know if I have a pointer. Do I have a pointer? I do. So that's our single laser beam not being raster scanned around, but projected as a hologram into the print head on the other side. Okay, So here's some examples of what we can do and how fast we are. These are just some benchmark test structures. We can do the Stanford bunny at a 3 micron resolution in the Z, 0.5 XY, and about a 1 minute print time, and it's a 250 micron tall structure. Benchy, which is another fun 3D test structure, we're doing that in about 3 seconds. None of these videos are sped up, they're all real time. And then we have kind of a baseline tissue structure we like to test. And just to show you how fine, oops, it's not playing. Let me see if I can get it to play. Let's see, maybe you guys can help me back there in the booth. Give that a click. So, nope, still not playing. So this tissue structure, we print that in about 7 seconds. And what the video would have shown is that you can finally print another secondary structure on top of it with total accuracy. And so that's what's really nice about having a 3D print structure that can just be projected. So this should play a video of that structure printing. You can do it? Nope, okay, it looks like the videos aren't working. All right, well that's fine, I can describe some of them. This is, oh, there it goes. All right, so this is a structure printing around a bundle of cells that we're keeping alive and we're testing for function later on. This is what it looks like when we do a confocal image of it, and then another image of the cells encapsulated there. And then to give you an idea of how fast we're printing, we can do single cell encapsulation in an order of about 5 milliseconds or less. 5 milliseconds is just our laser pulse timer there. And then the cells stay alive, and we go ahead and assess their function later. Oh boy, everything's a little different on this machine. Okay, so lots of applications, printing bundles of cells, single cell encapsulation faster than ever reported, and we're parallelizing that to expand it out to produce these for use in industry. So vasculature though. Vasculature we all know is really important, and that's what our team is working on right now. Unfortunately, the video is blocking a couple things, so it's a little different. But on the right, we have a bright field projection of where we are with our vasculature right now. And the resolutions we're getting, we're knocking out these structures in about an hour or two, which is really nice. Our team is testing them over and over again to get fluid flow. We're not quite there yet. I was hoping we'd have it by today, but we don't. And this video here is just a projection of, or just a video of a hologram projection of a vascular bed being printed. It doesn't look complete, but it is. It's just hard to see in bright field there. So we are at the stage right now, we were fluid flow testing these, and we hope to be co-printing them with cells and then co-culturing cells on top. All right. So where do we get the structural data for this? This is an important question everyone has. And we are working with a company called 3Scan right now. And they are providing us with fine vasculature data. So this is a model of a mouse kidney. And what we're doing is taking that data, cleaning it up, isolating the blood vessel trunks, and then going ahead and projecting them as CAD files and printing them. So we have a few test structures that we're working with there. All right, so our next steps. I'm always looking towards the next steps for our company, and one of the critical things is that we want to increase print area. With print area, we get greater print speed, and that's something I believe is crucially important. This is easy to do with our system. We don't need more nozzles or different nozzle sizes. All we need to do is increase our laser power and build in some custom optics, and so that's great. Really, our print size and speed is dependent on optics. That's it, no moving parts. And then, of course, vascular flow. So this is one that didn't work, but I won't bore you guys with the video of something not working, but we do have this hooked up and we're testing it daily. I just keep telling my team it's a lot like Thomas Edison. It took him 1,000 times to get the light bulb to work. We're in that phase right now with our company. All right. So our company mission really is to generate fully matched human organs for the cost of procurement from a donor. And so we believe we can hit these numbers pretty easily with what we're setting up. And our dream truly is to take someone, let's say 1 in 7 of us, who has some form of kidney failure, and not let them end up in this pool of people who never see an organ or are kicked off the wait list and don't have an option. We would love to take a tissue biopsy or a matched donor biopsy, grow out the cells, provide a kidney, and bring these people back into a healthy life. So that's our company mission. and we're really delighted to be part of this Vascular Tissue Challenge and talk to all of you about it. And this is our team. This is Noelle, my co-founder, on one of these great sunny days we had this spring. Jan and Eric, some of our optical engineers, our cell bio team here. And I'd love to give a special shout out to Johan, Chris, and Eric, who have built the system of my dreams, taken my idea on paper and built it out. And it's great when your laser safety officer has a sense of humor and you get photos like this showing up. So thank you all very much.
Any questions for Dr. Mathieu?
Yes. Yeah, no, I didn't explain that. So we have a media bath that contains the cells, and we simply print with the cells present. So we have all different, like maybe 50 million cells per mil, and we just print around them. And then we wash out the cells that aren't polymerized with the matrix that's not polymerized.
Just wondering,
yes.
any interest in printing organoids? Thinking about starting a little bit smaller.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk later. We have some functional immune organoids that we started with. We've demonstrated that they function as we would expect. Yeah. Oh. More questions? Yes.
Thank you, Dr. Mathieu.
Okay. Thank you all.